possible to turn your dreams into a reality? Welcome to another inspiring episode of Podcast with Sheila. Our guest today is a farmer, a food activist, a businessman, and a youth leader who is committed to ending hunger and food waste. Watkins II. Hello, Tila, and welcome to Podcast with Sheila. Before we set the ball rolling, who is Tila? Just a little background story of who you are, where you come from, things like that.
So my name is Sheila Watkins, and I'm a 14-year-old mushroom farmer, and I live in Blackwick, Ohio.
Great. So tell us, how did your tiger mushroom farm start?
I started my business when I was 7 years old after a Cub Scout project ended. We grew catgrass and basil, and it was so interesting, and we kept growing stuff. Then my parents wondered, we can grow in the winter, and I said mushrooms, because mushrooms can grow in the dark.
Oh, so that's how it started. Great. I understand you're now a manager of a thriving business. How does that make you feel at this age, having a business that is booming? How does it make you feel?
Having a business at this age makes me feel very accomplished.
Oh, really? Great. How does it make your friends feel? The people around you, your friends. What do they think about your project, your business, and everything else?
I think it's pretty cool that someone their age has started a business.
Do you have friends your age with businesses as well?
Yes, I do have a couple of entrepreneur friends as well.
Oh, great. So when you meet, what do you talk about? Business?
Yeah, sometimes mostly we talk about business work, and we usually meet up for each other's events and things like that.
Great. Most people will say we get educated to land a better job and to earn loads of money. At your age, you're already doing that. What can we say to people like that? Do you think they should focus on school and still give some time to building their business, or totally let school go and then jump on straight into business? What do you think? Because I know you're still in school and you're still doing your business as well. And I think that is brilliant, because I've always believed in education. So what do you think from your point of view, with everything going on well for you?
From my point of view, I feel like you should stay in school because it builds a great foundation for you to successfully build your business, and so that you can be more successful in the future.
Great. I agree with you on that. Totally, I agree with you on that. I read that you sell your produce to high-end restaurants. Is it just high-end restaurants you sell to, or everyone else can buy from you?
Before the pandemic, I sold to high-end restaurants and small restaurants as well. Mm-hmm. And people can buy my dried products or different products from me from my website, tigermushroomfarms.com.
Let's talk about the products, because I gather you have different products.
Yes, I have dried products like my shiitake and onion soup mix, and my other dried product, my dry shiitake mushrooms. And then I also have a book that I wrote.
Right.
And you can get it from my website.
Because you brought that book up, let's talk about it now. What's it about?
My book is about how I started my business and my journey throughout creating my business and growing it.
How has the response been so far with your book?
I've grown great awareness from it. Great. And a lot of people are inspired by me being a little kid and starting a business and writing a book.
That's brilliant. I think you're doing a lot at your age, because you started at age 7. So it's been 7 years since you started, and you're still going stronger and stronger. And I think that you are definitely an inspiration to a lot of people, not just young people, but older people, to know that if you're doing it, then they can also do it. And that was what actually drew my attention when I saw your story. I thought it was brilliant. And I think over the months, that goes back to last year, I did an interview with a few other entrepreneurial kids and who are doing really well. And stories like that always inspires me. because I'm that kind of person who wants to see new things and see people break their bonds, break their bonds to do bigger things, and not for themselves, but for people around them, their community, impact lives and make changes. So I was really, really drawn by your project. Let's talk about your garden club project. What exactly do you do? How did it start? Let's talk about it.
So I started my Garden Club project in March 2020.
Right.
And the goal of my Garden Club project is to end childhood hunger and to encourage kids to eat healthier. The things I've done for my Garden Club project, I've actually started 2 community gardens, and I have donated seed kits throughout my community.
Okay. So from what I gather, the main goal is to end hunger. Is that it? So do you go to restaurants to get food for hungry people? Is that what you do?
I'm actually from an organization called Food Rescue US. My job for them is to actually go to restaurants and pick up their unsold food and then deliver it to local food banks.
Great. So we are talking about 2 things here now: the Garden Club project, and then the Food Rescue US. That's a different project on its own. So that's the one that you go to restaurants and get food for homeless people or hungry people. Is that it? Well, wow, that's big, that's massive, that's massive. Wow. In your opinion, how can we create awareness of food wastage? Letting people know that every food they throw away could feed a hungry person and help solve the problem. How can we create awareness of food wastage?
How I do it, I actually have on my social media accounts, I raise awareness from my social media accounts to food awareness for little kids, and I try to get people involved in my community so that they can also help and end childhood hunger.
Brilliant. Because I read from reliable sources that over the years, over 900 million food went to waste. And I think that is too much food going down the drain. And one would think that the pandemic made people hoard a lot. And some of these foods went to waste because they expired. Most of them, I can stick my hands out, and I'm guilty for that, because I realized I had to throw most of the food away because they had expired after the whole rush bit. But now I gather that people have learned a lot from the pandemic. So people are buying what they think they need. According to them, the amount of food going to waste is much reduced than before the pandemic, because people are learning to buy less and just buy what they need. But the fear is, now that things are beginning to open up and people feel they can always go out and grab what they want, there's going to go back to wastage. So I think it's a brilliant thing for us to create more awareness on not wasting food too much. Particularly on this podcast, I think last week I said our emphasis will be more on giving. So I would take this opportunity to emphasize again that instead of wasting food, let's think of the hungry person on the streets, the homeless person. Know that every food that goes into the bin could feed someone else and could help save a life. So I think it's reliant on all of us to make this dream possible. Thank you very much, Tilario, for the good job you're doing out there. I'll be excited that a lot of people, all of us actually, could in our own small way chip in and make sure that your dream of helping save people's life, giving them food, helping overcome hunger and all that come to pass. This is really good. Do you receive some support from friends and families on this project?
Yes, my family, my mom, dad, and sister, they all support me.
Great.
And keep me and push me forward.
Mm.
They all keep me standing and give me a lot of support. And then I also have friends in my community that support me as well in my business.
How do you combine your schoolwork with business work? Because I believe that could be very challenging.
Yes, but if you're organized enough, then you can I do my schoolwork first, and then I complete my business work.
Whilst you're in school, is your business on hold? Or whilst you're in school, somebody is managing your business for you, and when you come back out of school, you can also come and help out? Or while you're in school, business is not going on at all until you come out of school? What is it?
I actually have my family. They manage my business while I'm not there, and then I do some of the work when I am there. So.
What is the most memorable moment on this journey since it started 7 years ago?
Because of my business, I was able to be nominated out of one of 12 people in the entire United States to be in a Boy Scouts Report to the Nation. And at Boy Scouts Report to the Nation, I had breakfast at the Capitol, lunch in the Supreme Court, and dinner at Mount Vernon. I also met a lot of political figures like the president and a lot of Congress members.
Wow, this is so impressive. Do you think starting your business that young helped? Has it helped your life in any way?
Yes, it has helped my life a lot. It's also helped my business a lot as well, because I have more experience, and later in the future, I'll have a lot more experience than people in my field.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Would you encourage other children to be entrepreneurial at a very young age? Or you think it may be too much pressure on them, they should hold on and take it up later? What would you say? Because you've experienced it. So would you think that more children who feel they are up to it should just go all out for it and not hold back?
I feel like people shouldn't hold back on their dreams, and if they have goals, then they should try their best to reach out for it.
Let's talk about the importance of mushrooms in our diets and our meals. How important is it in our diets?
Well, research shows that mushrooms can help lower cholesterol and high blood pressure. They're also rich in vitamin D, and they have a lot of protein.
Brilliant. So amongst all the mushrooms you grow, which one is your favorite?
My favorite mushroom has to be the shiitake mushroom, because it's extremely versatile and it's a great substitute for meat. 2 recipes for the shiitake mushroom is the shiitake bacon, and also you can put it in grilled cheese.
Are there any challenges you've had to face whilst growing your business?
The challenges I had to face while growing my business was mainly the balance between school and work. But as I said before, I figured it out.
Are there any highlight achievements you'd like to share? Thinking aside meeting the Congress people and all that, that you think that if you had not ventured into this area of your life, there was no way you're going to be on that platform? Do you think this business has put you on a kind of platform that you would ordinarily not have gone on had it not been for the business?
Yes, definitely. I would not have been sitting right here in the seat with you if I had not started a business.
That's brilliant, isn't it? That's a brilliant answer to it. Great, great, great. And well, let me say this. Sometimes we start something not knowing where it's going to go. And most of the times there will be obstacles along the way. And you may feel that, no, I can't go on anymore. Let me just leave this and probably come to it another time, but this is not for me. I believe that when you started, there were a few obstacles, and there were times that you felt, you're going to let it go until later. Was there a point on this journey that you felt, I'm going to let this go? Maybe this is not mine. The passion kind of dwindled a little bit. Was there a point on that journey?
Maybe kinda. There were some points that something felt too hard for me and I wanted to give up. That was when I was like a very little child. And so right now, no, I haven't really felt any of that recently, because I've met a lot of important people and I've actually changed a lot of people's lives. And I feel like if I hadn't started a business, then I wouldn't have made this impact in my community.
How does it feel when you realize you've impacted a life? How does that make you feel?
Make me feel like a superhero.
It does. It should.
I just need a cape.
Yeah, definitely. It should. It should. It should. if you had the opportunity to show your appreciation to just one person, who would that be and why?
I can't just show my appreciation to one person. There's actually two people. My mom and my dad are actually great people that I would love to show my appreciation for, because they have helped me so much during my entire journey, and I wouldn't have made it far if I didn't have them.
Brilliant. I think parents are super handy because they're always there for us at all times. And I'd like to say to your parents that thank you very much for raising a child like you to be an icon to the world, for other children to look up to and say that if you did it, you could do it as well. And this is what gladdens my heart, seriously, to see that at this time and age where social media is actually stealing our children, you know, sorry, taking the better part of our children, taking up their time and everything else. But some of you have found it important to put your time to good use, such that you're not just doing something for yourselves, but you're thinking of doing something for your neighbors, your friends, and someone else. And this gladdens my heart to know that the future generation are actually up for something good, and everyone else should stick up their hands to push them and all of that. What would your final message be to our listeners as we wrap up?
You should never give up on your dream. And even if things seem like they're going to be hard, keep pushing yourself forward, because if you do, you can make great changes in lives and great impacts on your community and other people's lives as well.
This is excellent. And this is brilliant. What I gather from this little chat we had is that whatever your hand finds to do, do it and do it well. If you have a dream, don't hold back, don't sit on it. Just stand up, start doing something, and definitely you get people chipping in, and together you see that you've been able to pick your dream up and your dream has gained legs. According to global report, like I said, 900 million tons of food is thrown away every year. Remember that every food you throw away can feed a hungry person. Plan your meals and buy exactly what you need and not more. We would like to say a massive thank you to Larry for coming on Podcast with Sheila today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This is season 2, episode 41 of our podcast series, where we've been bringing your way seasoned guests with inspiring real life stories to share with us. Do not miss out on all these lovely experiences. Subscribe and be notified when a new episode is released. Whilst at it, please drop us a rating. We have a video presentation of this episode on our YouTube channel. Just search for Podcast with Sheila on YouTube and you'll find us. Our prayer for you this week is that God will bless the works of your hands, your kneading trough, and your baskets. Until we meet again, have a brilliant week.